Hello, hello everyone, it is your friendly neighborhood Phoenix61 here with another Skull and Bones video. Today we are buying legacy crates from the bartender, right? So we're getting sort of towards the end game when it comes to this season and earning pieces of 8, right? We have everything unlocked. We've got 35 fleet ships collecting 8s for us. I just recently put out a video sort of highlighting my strategy for how to collect pieces of 8. But yes, you can see all these ships with the little sort of industrial symbol up in the top right. Are fleet ships, right, that are collecting 8s just automatically for us. So if you don't know how to do that, go check out my other video. We're going to grab the Snow, right, so the tank build ship that I have just because it has the most cargo space. And we will go over to Anara, I think that's her name. I always forget her name, right? The bartender over here in St. Anne. And if you have noticed, you have seen in the black market the second item now, because now there's this summer stash chest. I got some of those I can open too. But yeah, so you can buy all this stuff in here, and materials, obviously, I've been kind of prioritizing buying materials for sort of my ship upgrades this season, right? But now, as you can see up in the top right, we have over 300,000 pieces of 8, and I want to do something with them, right? Because, if the things go the same way they went last season, you can only bring so many 8s over with you to the next season, right? So they wipe some of those out. So I think, yeah, take a look in here. There's all this stuff that's current season right now, right, that you can unlock and buy, but then all these like cosmetics and stuff, most of these are from last season, right? So like a lot of stuff in here, like as far as cosmetics here, there's a few new things, but a lot of it's from last season. So I had already bought a lot of these, right? So I'm literally just going through and trying to see if there's something I haven't bought yet before I unload my stash of 8s on legacy crates for the day, right? So, and since recording this, I have now, yeah, and all these blueprints and stuff too, so go and grab them. I do not recommend the blue and green armor pieces, but the purple ones for sovereigns, those are definitely worth it. Those are the new armor pieces for this season, right? So I'm gonna guess the same thing's gonna happen, right? If you don't get those for sovereigns this season, you'll probably have to buy legacy crates in order to get a chance to get them or trade with somebody, right? So max out, it'll let us buy 33 of these because we have 333,000 or 330,000 pieces of 8 at the moment. But yeah, so we've been amassing more and more 8s as the season goes on now that we're kind of, maxed out all our factories and stuff. So I might do another one of these if interested. And then, I don't know, I was kind of thinking of like going on like a live stream or something and seeing if anybody needs anything out of any of these crates, right? And we could trade, we could link up and trade. So let me know if you're interested in that too. But yeah, I'm just going to go through and open these and see what we get. I'll tell you which items I like and which items I don't like, right? Royal Custodian, not that great. It's good for building out fleet ships. But yeah, like the Leopold, like anything that's not a tier like 3 for a lot of these weapons is, meh. Gamba Kobe, yeah, like not that great. But the Zamzamas 3 were nice. Those are always great to have. Basilisk 3s, like, right, those are the highest basilisks you can get right now. Termites 2, that's garbage because there's a Termites 3. Wailing Ward, that's a good drop. That is unique to last season. That is going to be really good for fighting La Peste. That's almost a must-have for fighting La Peste because it has reduces crew. Basically, it gives you some buff to the toxic attacks that La Peste has, right? So highly recommend that. That's almost a must-have for fighting La Peste these days, and even last season as well. Twin Winch Ballista, this is a really good one as well, because you get the double draw, which it takes a long time, but then you get wicked awesome, 600% damage increase, right? So, like, that's really great. So you can do build with that, but, for my DPS builds, I pick other things, but still, like, that's still really good and really fun. The ballistas are fun to use, right? I maintain that they should be like the best weapon to use against sea monsters, but I feel like Dardanel's guns, this one that we just get, is probably the best, right? So this is how you'd have to get these if you don't have these from last season, is right, these legacy crates. But these have this explosive 3. I think that might be the only weapon right now that has explosive 3, that high of explosive damage. So I am playing around with an explosive build for a ship. So make sure you're following the channel if you want to see that, because I think it's pretty epic and not done a lot, but it uses those Dardanelles guns. They're also really, really good for fighting the sea monsters, right? So I outfit those on my Snow, my tank build, for fighting the sea monsters as well. Gunner's Quadrant, you might be able to buy this one right now in from the bartender. I can't remember, but either way, it's so this is a good one. I mean, I don't like this. I don't like this. Like, it's good in that, like, very specific scenario. You know, maybe for like a ballista at long range, but you've got to hit the weak points, right? So it's just too circumstantial for my taste, but I could see the value in it if you're that precision sniper kind of person, right? Zamzam with 3s, right? We got a couple of these already. These are really great, but you can build these from the blacksmith, right? So as long as you've got the blueprint and it does take some higher end materials to build those, but you can build those from the blacksmith, right? So highly recommend those. I like those. Water tank. This is good for, you might be able to buy this too. We were just in the bartender black market, and I can't remember which ones were there and which ones weren't, but that's good for a tank build, right? For bracing. So water tank, I'll never turn down one of those. Another twin winch ballista. Great. More Dardanelles guns. Heck yes. I need more of these just because I have 2 different builds going with them, right? I have my Monster Hunter build, and I have my explosive build that I'm working through right now. So rigging station, this is one of my favorite major furniture pieces, right? So you basically get some healing if your health dips below 20%. So I have that on my Sandbook DPS like fire build, right? That's my favorite build, right? You guys know all know this, so yeah, go check those videos out if you haven't. But yeah, like this combined with the Black Prince armor piece from last season can make you pretty tough to kill once you start getting down low on health, right? So it makes it hard for players or even, you know, enemies just in general to finish you off. Yeah. LeFleur, this is one of my favorites too, so this is probably my favorite mortar. Yeah, so on my Sandbook build, my fire DPS build, everyone likes to argue with me that I should be using a fire ox weapon, but I'm using this, and just because I feel like this, I stand by it. Like, it's good. Just that you leave that poison sit there for a little bit, and if anybody's sitting in it, their stamina's gone and they're losing health, right? And then plus when you get that initial hit with them, it's explosive as well. So, right, like, I feel like this is just doing like triple duty, and it's, you know, it's forcing people to have to think, oh no, my stamina's gone, I gotta eat some food, I gotta do these other, you know, right? And so it slows them down as far as trying to fight you. Leopold 3, that's my, you know, my second favorite, right? So I have this on my bark build, right? Where, because you get this really good chance of triggering flooding. War drums, meh. Reduces crew stamina depletion by 50% while trimming in combat. I think that's like, I don't know. I'm always making like high-end maneuvers, right? When I'm, you know, so I'm not always trimmed, right? Like, I'm not always going full speed when I'm fighting stuff, so I think that's too circumstantial for my taste. Regular torpedoes, like, they're good, but like, you know, you're gonna want like Rama's Legacy, or what is it, Endless Requiem from this season's even better, because you get that sort of homing aspect to those torpedoes that's a little bit better. Great Springhold 2, I'm just going to sell that or delete it. That's because there's a 3, right? Like, unless you need it for like a fleet ship, right? Which at this point you probably, you know, if you're you know, getting a bunch of these legacy chests, you probably don't need any more fleet ships. See if we get anything new. Royal Custodian. You know, I've gotten these from World Drops this season a ton, so I think that's those are kind of a waste. But I was using them for a lot of my fleet ship builds. The carronades, these are really great. So these are unique to the Smuggler's Pass from last season. right? So I really like these. I have these on my bark. I think they're the best regular cannons. If you're a cannon person, you know, like, yeah. But you get this Riptide, right? 50% damage as severe damage if the target is flooded, right? So I was combining my build with the Leopold for the Ox weapon, excuse me, which triggers flood. And so then that way you're gonna trigger flood, and then plus you'll get a little bit of severe damage on the targets, maybe a little bit of PvP advantage there. I don't think a lot of people are using them for PvP, but you could. But I think they're just fun to use. I just use them a lot, right? So then we get another Wailing Ward in there, and yeah. But that is going to be our video for today, right, guys? Thank you so very much for watching. Like I said, like, we're sort of getting drunk on Pieces of 8 at this point in the season, so I might do another video like that, and then I don't know if anyone's interested in me doing a live stream, and then, you know, if somebody needs any of these pieces that I'm not using, like I said, like, I need a couple more Dardanelles guns for a build, but like some of those, you know, if you don't have a Wailing Ward yet, right, like, and you want to fight Lepes, like that makes a huge difference there, you know, like that kind of stuff. So leave some comments for me if anybody's interested in that sort of activity. But yeah, I'll probably do another video like this, just going through and seeing what we can get. I know you can see sort of exactly what the drops are, like what's possible to come out of those crates online on their on Ubisoft's website, right? So if you're really interested in what's possible, because if you go, when you buy the crate, right, it only lists like the first few items, right? It only lists a few items. It doesn't list everything that you can get out of those. So it's pretty much anything from season 1, sorry, now that it's season 2. So but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoy this stuff, please like and follow. See you next time.